Hello and welcome back to Loopy's Place. I'm in my home sewing room this week and we're back on with our long sampler. So the first stitch I wanted to talk about is backstitch, something that we may overlook but it has very many uses. So on my band sampler so far, let's just, oh, got needle with thread in. So you'll have seen I've put the date across the back and I use backstitch to outline that. When we're quite often in cross stitch, backstitch is used to give definition to the shape and for stitching some of the details so they stand out. The reason we were going to be looking at backstitch for our embroidery class was because we were going to have a go at some red work. So red work is basically stitching with red thread. It was given the name because of the colour of the threads that they used when this first came around. And I've just used a design, it's an embroidery design using different embroidery stitches. This one I just decided to do with backstitch just to give people a chance to have something relaxing to do after some of the more difficult elements that we were doing. So this is red work. So I do have a quilt where I've got embroidery designs on there in red work amongst patchwork, so it can be versatile. It's a great way for outlining designs. Black work is slightly different, so we can use black work in the same way as this. I have seen some designs where it has been stitched like this, but generally speaking, when we're talking about black work, the stitch they use in there is holbein stitch, and that is a double running stitch, so it's the same on the back and the front. I know a lot of people do just use backstitch to do that, so there's lots of different ways of doing it. So let's just going to take my thread out there. We're going to just demonstrate how to use it here. I need to get some thread, and I spoke last time about how sometimes the designs on the fabric can help us choose stitches. I was going to draw a little design, a little motif from the red work piece there, but I've got stars that are printed on this fabric in dots, so we're going to just use that. So in this sampler, using 2 strands of stranded cotton, there we go, that's that needle threaded. So let's come down to the table. There we go, so you can see my stars here. So I'm just going to start off on one of those points. And as we've discussed before, backstitch, you'd come in back behind the stitch, coming up same distance in front. You want to keep your stitches uniform. And then you're coming back down through the fabric where your first stitch was, so you don't have any gaps between your stitches. And I'm just going to carry on until that motif is completed. And when you get near to where the end is, you can sort of adjust your stitches to make sure that it has an even finish. There we go. I'm just going to carry on stitching around there. Right, so there we have it. There's my little backstitch star. So just following the dots around. You can see I just caught in that corner of that piece of fabric there. Quite a basic stitch for us this week, but it can be used in different ways and quite effectively. I think it's sometimes one of those stitches that is overlooked. We do use it quite a bit. So I hope you found that useful. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. We'll be having a look at French knots. So do take care for now, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye bye.